Hello, and welcome to what should be a pretty fun video. I'm going to be drinking because I have just traveled abroad and, well, the tax on alcohol and so on in Norway is pretty insane. So when you get to buy from the tax-free shop at the airport, you do. And I got to buy 2 bottles for less than what 1 bottle costs here in Norway, so yeah. As usual, Fireball is the drink of choice when I drink to get drunk. If I don't drink to get drunk, I drink, regular whiskey. Macallan or something like that. And of course I have my wonderful, beautiful, prancing pony cup. I'm not drunk right now. I haven't drunken anything. So let's remedy that situation. There's going to be lots of liquid sounds in this video. And for those who don't know what Fireball is, the 2-3 of you, it is a whiskey of sorts, blended. It says here, liquor blended with cinnamon and whiskey, basically. It's got a slight spicy sting, which is nice. But the cinnamon is really what makes it beautiful. Mix that with some off-brand Coke and you got yourself a bit of a winner. Do you hear that? Some fizz. Hold on. It's very quiet, but hopefully you heard some fizzy. I start out a little bit extra mixed because, well, what do you call it? Extra diluted. There we go, that's the word. And then as the night goes on, it doesn't really matter anymore. Well, here we go. First sip. Yeah, it's Coke with cinnamon taste. And it gets you drunk. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it for anyone who, I don't know, I was going to say, well, anyone who wants to seem cool, but there's nothing inherently cool about drinking rarely, unless you're drinking from a whiskey glass and you've got a fat cigar and you're wearing a suit and you're a gangster. although you should probably use real Coke because it's not entirely the same. But hey, it's cheaper, so. I wish there was some more fizz. I was hoping for more fizz. I should get some Mentos. So yeah, this video is mostly just me getting drunk. It should get more interesting as it progresses. I'm sure some of you will skip ahead. But if you don't, we're just gonna chill and talk about yes. I could talk about the trip to England. That makes sense. That just happened. I just went to the UK to see my brother. And I also recorded a video with my brother, well, of my brother for the most part. And it essentially involved him painting with watercolors for about half an hour, and I'm going to cut it so that it's a little shorter and more concise, and then you'll see it in the next week or so, hopefully. But I also had a fan meetup with a single fan, and she's been a supporter of the channel and fan of the channel for a while, which is cool. And she's a lot older than I am. I can't remember exactly. Well, I guess that can be kept private. I suppose that is information about an individual. But anyway, she's cool. You can see a picture of her on Twitter or Instagram. And we had some drink at first, and then we had some fish and chips, which was really nice. Just hang out. Since it was only her, it wasn't strictly in London, it was more outside, in Kent. And she just took the trip down, because that was just easier. Yeah, but if like 10 people had been like, yeah, I don't want to show up, then I would have organized something like in the middle of London. Kind of glad I didn't have to do that. I hate large cities. I absolutely hate them. I hate medium-sized cities. I hate cities. But I hate countryside too, you know? I need a small, but still not middle of nowhere town. Like, as small as a town can get while still having a mall. And I'm a little bit biased because that's what I grew up in, a town of like, I don't know, 5,000 to 10,000 people, but it had a mall. It's great. Now I have to remember to manage my body, because there's going to be a lot of gases, and I don't want to strictly burp into the microphone, but I mean, I am getting drunk, so. It's always a little bit stronger towards the bottom. Oh, splash. Splish splash. Oh, look at that. Or rather, listen. Nice. Big mistake. It just filled up the cup with lots of gas, and you breathe it in and you go, oof. It's letting off fumes. There it is. I was searching for it. I really like the design of this bottle. It's got like a burn mark in the middle. Like it's burnt paper from the center, and then you can see through to a cool design in the middle. I don't know how well you can see it, but basically that thing, but in black. I think it looks really cool. In the other places, like around the edge here, it's also burned, but I think it looks a little tacky, like for the most part. But I do think that detail there, where you can see through to the other side, that's kind of awesome, I think. Yeah. I think they should probably just redesign it and have it just be this edge. In fact, if I were to redesign it, I would put that burned in back on the front and then have this design on the back. So you can, so the front of the bottle you could see through. I think that would be kind of cool, because that is like the coolest part of the design. Quite a lot. That is a very loud vehicle in the background, I'm sorry. Unusually loud. I think this might be enough to get me tipsy. Because that was like well, shots are different all around the world, but in Norway 40 milliliters is a shot. In the UK, 25 milliliters is a shot. In the US, I think it's 44. Isn't it? I don't know. But there's some slight differences. But that was about 2 shots. Either Norwegian or American. About 3 shots UK. In addition to what I already drank, so, you know. It is not nothing, considering it is 33%, which isn't too strong, but not weak. Compare that to beer. Well, we're going. Should have maybe had some food. I was planning on it, but I didn't know what to get. And I tried to look on Too Good To Go, which is the app that I use to get some cheap takeaway. Turns out there was nothing to pick up today. It's kind of hit or miss. Guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend? Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I can start to feel it. It's we're working its way into my body, for sure. I don't drink very much, so I think for my size, I'm probably considered a lightweight, but I am not a small person. So I'm probably about average, I suppose. There's definitely going to be that individual in the comments who's like, ah, you pussy, I can drink way more than that. I'm like, great. Good for you. For reference, I've had that would be about like 175 ml. 4 American shots. About 4.5 Norwegian shots, about 6.5 English shots, but of 33%, so I guess you should downscale that again a little bit. Remove about 15 to 20%, and you get like a regular whiskey shot for reference. I don't know, that's a lot of math, I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood to do math. Oh, and also, minus what I haven't drunk yet. There's a little bit left. See, I don't think about everything. I consider myself a smart individual, but a slow thinker. The good news is I am alone all the time, so I do nothing but think, and so I usually get to intelligent conclusions. But it takes a while. This is why I'm also not very good at certain video games that require lots of micro skill. I'm more of a macro player. The difference being micro is more execution and actions per minute, whereas macro is more the bigger picture. I'm trying to maintain. I'm so sorry. Such a messy, sloppy video, but you know what? What do you expect? But yeah, so I try to focus on the bigger picture in games, the strategy games and stuff like that, especially the ones that are a little bit slower. I can play those pretty well. Age of Empires, The Settlers, stuff like that. We have time to plan and think. If I play games like Fortnite, then I'm not landing in tilted towers, I'm landing like far away and just kind of chilling until the end and picking up the last guy from afar instead of trying to get it right into the action, because I'm not going to win that way. Although sometimes I do get lucky shots, so. I can feel my stomach is pretty full. I've eaten soup, and I'm going to eat soup later today. But yeah, I'm feeling it. Although, of course, since I can talk like I'm talking, I'm not like smashed. This is what I would call tipsy. Like, if I were to stand up right now, well, I'm not going to stand up right now. This is what I'm trying to say. I would like rush through my body and be like, whoa, what's happening? But when you sit for a while drinking, you kind of just slowly let it kick in. I remember my brother talked about, I think he was playing cards or something in the military, and they were drinking. Now, he had no intention of getting drunk, but he was drinking, and he felt fine. And then he needed to pee, and so he stood up to pee, and he just kind of and fell over. Because once you stand up and really feel like how heavy your body is and whatever, it kind of changes everything, doesn't it? Yeah. Like even when I move. Oh. Man, do not drink on an empty stomach. That's another reason this is hitting me hard. I'm kind of hungry. Anyway, when I move side to side, I can feel the body weight, you know? I can feel myself kind of weighing. Here. Have some water sounds. What a shit video. Why are you still watching? If you are still watching, legitimately, if you are still watching, hashtag splash. Because this is splishing and splashing. Hashtag splash in the comments. Empty. All gone. I could drink more. I don't think it's a good idea. But for the sake of the video, do it for the vine, dab, etc. Can I have just the teeniest bit? So we're getting close to half a bottle. We're probably about 225 milliliters in. Uno momento. Let's mix that up. Shaking it around a little bit. It's very, very subtle, fizzy sounds. I don't know if you can hear it. I think you can a little bit. Here goes. Hey, I've already taken thumbnail pictures. But let's take another one. Just in case. So we need this prominently featured. And then we get the cup and go. Maybe we can use that. If not, well, fuck. Man, my stomach is just burning a fucking hole. And I'm seeing double. even when I'm not looking. Alright. But like I'm legit seeing double now. I'm using a ring light, and instead of seeing one ring like illuminated when I close my eyes, I see 2 rings. Whoops. Oh, and the light's getting brighter. Ah, fuck. Ooh. I barely ever in my stomach. My stomach's just so full of liquid. Ooh, I guess he's gonna take a major piss. This guy. Ooh. So much air. I feel like there's a burp. So gross. There's just a little bit left. Just a tiny bit. Man, editing this while drunk is gonna be a bitch because this video has to be up in like an hour. And I gotta stop recording in like a minute and a half, so. Well, as I take my last sip, I hope you guys enjoyed getting drunk. In this time frame is not advisable, especially on an empty stomach. But at least now I know what to name the video. Yay. Don't really recommend it. Get some food, or peanuts, or penis, whatever you prefer to eat. Okay. Bye-bye.